It's about 2 weeks later that I went down to the, they called me up and said they had my results or whatever. I had to go down and meet them, get an appointment, whatever, which I actually already had the appointment. Go down and talk to them, and they said, yes, I definitely did have cancer. I had what they called a real slow-growing cancer. They evaluated a lot of different ways. One thing is they took 12 biopsies. I had cancer in 3 of the 12 spots that they looked at it, and I had very minimal amount of cancer. I had about 5% of those samples had cancer in it, and so that's a good thing. And the lab guys, they look at it and they look under microscopes and all kinds of different things, different tests they do, and they measure the amount of cells they have, the density, how compacted they are. And from all that and from past history, they can decide on how fast your cancer is growing. And mine, they got a scale system. It's called the Gleason score, and 1 through 5, 5 being the worst of the first numbers. And mine is 3 plus 3 equals 6. So I guess each of the 3, like 1 through 5, and then 1 plus 1 through 5 equals another number, and whatever that other number is has a lot to do with how fast your cancer is growing and things like that. And they said I had a relatively good number, probably about the best I could have hoped for in my situation. I had a 3 plus 3 equals 6. They say 6 is not so bad. 7 and 8 or intermediate, kind of getting kind of bad. Like you definitely got to really be concerned. And when it's above like 9 or 10, you're really concerned. You can't fool around. You can't wait. You got to go real quick. So my score was a 6, which meant I had slow-growing cancer, and that they could wait a little bit and kind of decide what they're going to do. And so after several weeks of calling all my friends or talking to my friends, I actually put a comment on Facebook that I had it, and a couple of people called me up, said that they'd had it. And I was mainly trying to decide whether I wanted to go with a radiation treatment of some kind or just have it cut out, removed, whatever. From what I understood, a lot of people are having great luck with the radiation. They had 2 different types that I heard of. One's called the proton therapy, and the other one I guess is called the cyber knife. I'm not really sure. Don't know a lot about either one of them. One of my friends definitely had the proton therapy, and he said he's having great luck. It's been a few years, and he actually told me I should probably go with that. Don't let him cut on anything. That's what I would go with. And then I had several friends that actually had theirs removed by this doctor at Celebration that's really, really good. It has a huge, following of fans, and reportedly he's one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. He does robotic surgery, where they, I guess somehow, are they assisted by robots or whatever. I'm not sure how that actually works. And I could have it removed. So I was going to be able to think about that. And I set up a schedule to talk with the doctor in Celebration to see what needed to be done, what had to be done. Several of my friends that I talked to, the ones that had it removed, and this is over a period of probably 10, 12 years. So, some people, the technology wasn't as good 10, 12 years ago as it is now. So everything's relative. A couple of people had radiation, and one guy had it like 10 years ago and still having some issues, has to take some kind of medicine and stuff like that. But overall he's happy with the results, because in his mind he would have been dead if he hadn't gone to these steps and whatever. So and then a couple of guys that had it removed, they said a year or so after they've had it, they're pretty much back to normal. It may take about a year. You have all kinds of things you have to worry about. The healing process, how long it's going to take, and just a lot of other things. But so anyway, I had a lot to think about, and I set up an appointment to talk to the guy at Celebration. And in a couple of weeks, I'll be going over there and finding out what kind of procedure plan or what's my attack on it. And from what I gathered, they wanted me to tell them what I wanted to do. But first I had to get accepted by them, and my insurance was on their plan, so that was a good sign. Yay, number 1. 2, I had to fill out 14 pages of paperwork of histories and anything related and all that stuff. So I did all that, submitted that, and they approved it, and then gave me a date of when to meet with them, and I'd meet with the doctor. So that's my next step, is to meet with the doctor. And that's probably going to be the end of this video, because this is a short little video between the other videos, so I'll know what's going on and keep you guys up to speed on my prostate cancer adventure.